Welcome back, everyone. All right, let's dive into something a little different this time.
Yeah.
We're looking at Vortical, this upcoming film. It's stirring up a lot of buzz.
Oh, yeah.
It's an Italian film,
Right.
and it's 118 minutes.
So just shy of 2 hours.
Yeah, almost 2 hours to potentially blow our minds.
Yeah.
And it's been described as like a Nolan-esque story shot in an indie Tarkovsky style.
Oh, wow.
And from what I've seen, it does seem to kind of live up to those comparisons, at least like in terms of how ambitious it is and visually.
Yeah. It's not your typical thriller, you know?
So let's dive in. So Vortical, where do we even begin?
The whole thing takes place over one night, like from sunset to dawn. And it's mainly set in just 2 locations, this psychiatric clinic called Free Essence and a police station.
Okay, so like the clinic and a police station.
Yeah, so you've got this like really isolated, almost gothic setting for the clinic. You know, it's housed in this old fortress in the mountains. And then you've got like the gritty realism of the police station.
Oh, wow, I see.
So it's like this really interesting contrast between the 2 worlds.
Yeah, that's cool. So what's the case that like brings those 2 worlds together?
Well, it all starts with this patient who arrives at Free Essence, a man who has dissociative identity disorder.
Okay.
But here's the thing. Now, typically with this condition, you know, people might believe they're like some famous figure, right? But this guy claims that he's Dr. Julius Vock. And like nobody seems to know who that is.
Oh, well. So we've got a character whose identity is like already fragmented right off the bat.
Exactly.
And then the identity he claims is like a total mystery in itself.
Yeah, exactly. And it gets even weirder because then a second patient shows up at the clinic. And guess what? He also claims to be Dr. Vock.
Oh, wow. So now there's 2 of them.
Yeah, so right away, like the questions start popping up, right?
Right.
Who is this Vock? Is he even real? Are these guys delusional? Or is there something else going on, like something we haven't even considered?
This is already reminding me of those like mystery novels where you're never quite sure who to trust.
Yeah, totally.
It sounds like this folk character is like the key to unlocking the whole puzzle.
You got it. Now enter Edgar.
Edgar.
He's the head psychologist at Free Essence.
Okay.
He's brilliant, but it's pretty clear that he's got his own troubles, you know?
Yeah.
He becomes completely obsessed with this case. Like he believes it holds the secret to some groundbreaking medical and scientific discovery, you know?
So Edgar's not just treating these patients. He's personally invested in like cracking this mystery of their identity.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, I'm guessing this obsession probably doesn't lead him down a very healthy path.
Oh, yeah, I bet it doesn't.
Yeah.
So we've got this isolated world of the clinic, right? And then this enigma of the patients. And then Edgar, like this driven psychologist who seems to be on a collision course with his own sanity.
Yeah.
But we've also got this police investigation happening at the same time, right?
That's right. So Edgar's friend, Captain Les Medali, he's the one who's tasked with uncovering the truth about these patients and figuring out who this Dr. Vock is.
Makes sense.
So they start trying to track down Vock using the names that these guys gave them.
Okay.
Bruno Villar and Giuseppe Vincedomini. But like every lead they follow just leads to more dead ends and inconsistencies.
So are we dealing with some kind of elaborate con failure? Or is there something even more sinister going on?
That's the question, isn't it? It seems like the police investigation is just as tangled as what's happening inside the clinic.
Okay, back at the clinic, Edgar's fascination with the case takes another turn. He stumbles across this theory that was developed by one of the patients, you know, Vincedomini.
Yeah.
And this theory is called Vortical. And this is where things get really mind-bending.
Right.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat here. What is this Vortical theory all about? Does it hold the key to unlocking the mystery of these patients and this elusive Dr. Vock?
Well, it definitely adds a whole new dimension to the story. Think of it like this Vortical is the possibility of an alternate reality that exists within the human mind, like a hidden dimension of consciousness that you can only access during comatose or vegetative states.
Whoa, wait a minute. So we had this patient who not only claims to be someone he's not, but also has this really elaborate theory about alternate realities within our minds.
Yeah. But this film doesn't just tell you about this theory.
Right.
It starts to show it to you.
Okay.
As Edgar dives deeper into his investigation, the film starts using all these unsettling audio-visual techniques, blurring what's happening inside Edgar's head.
Yeah.
And you start to question what you're seeing and hearing right along with him. And this is where the tension really starts to build between Edgar and Les.
Right.
Edgar becomes super secretive and distrustful of the police, convinced they're interfering with his research.
Right.
And then he grows suspicious of Edgar,
Right.
sensing there might be a cover-up going on at the clinic.
Cover up. You've got Edgar the intellectual,
Yeah,
driven by his scientific curiosity.
right.
And then you've got Les, who's grounded in his police work and the need for concrete evidence.
Yeah, it's a great setup for a thriller.
It is.
And just when you think things can't get any weirder, Les decides to go off the beaten path.
Okay, what does he do?
He enlists the help of Ivo Kralit.
Ivo Kralit.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Essentially a medium.
A medium.
Yeah, a paragnost, I think they call him in the film.
So the police are like, okay, we don't know what else to do. Let's bring in a psychic.
Exactly. They're desperate for any leads, and they think maybe Kralit can connect with this mysterious Dr. Vok.
Interesting. So what happens when they bring him in?
So Kralit has this vision,
Okay.
and it's pretty wild.
What does he see?
He sees a hospital snow falling, 2 young doctors, and a patient on a gurney receiving an injection of this yellow liquid.
A yellow liquid.
Yeah,
That's pretty creepy.
it is. And the thing is, none of these elements seem to fit with what we know about the Free Essence Clinic or the patients.
Right. So they're getting these glimpses of Vok's current state,
Yeah.
but it's more like piecing together a dream than like hard evidence.
So it suggests there's something much darker.
Yeah.
Kralit's vision is a real turning point in the film.
Okay.
Because at this point, Edgar is becoming increasingly obsessed with the vortical theory.
Right.
He's convinced he's close to a breakthrough. So he decides to confront the patients directly in this secret section of the clinic.
The Red Dress Lab.
The Red Dress Lab.
It's where they conduct all these extreme therapy.
Oh, wow. This is getting intense.
Yeah.
Okay, so Edgar is on his way to the Red Dress Lab to confront the patients.
Right.
And at the same time, Les.
Yeah, Les is on the move too, armed with Kralit's vision.
Okay.
And also he's uncovered some falsified documents. He arrives at the clinic with his team, ready to uncover the truth.
This is a recipe for disaster.
It is a confrontation is brewing.
Edgar, the patients,
Yeah.
the police.
Everyone's on a collision course,
Wow.
each searching for their own version of the truth. The way Esposito builds tension is masterful.
He wants to make you feel what the characters are feeling, their confusion, their anxiety, all that unease. The long takes and that slow, deliberate pace create this hypnotic effect. It's like you're being sucked deeper and deeper into the mystery.
One review I read even mentioned a strong Inland Empire vibe, that dreamlike, surreal quality.
It's definitely present throughout the film.
And then there's the sound design. I read that Esposito uses some interesting techniques. So it's not just about setting a creepy mood, he's actually trying to manipulate the viewer's perception.
Exactly.
It really elevates Vortical beyond your typical thriller.
And it's even more impressive considering it's an indie film.
It's a testament to passion and having a clear vision.
And that passion goes beyond the technical stuff. You can see it in the performances, especially Giorgio Perno as Edgar. He perfectly embodies Edgar's intelligence, that obsessive drive, and how vulnerable he becomes as he gets closer to the truth.
One review described Perno's performance as a slow-motion breakdown. Would you say that's accurate?
Oh, absolutely.
So let's break down what actually happens at the end. Last we left off, Edgar was kind of going off the deep end, really getting lost in this case. So what happens?
There's a twist.
What's that?
We see this hospital, not the Free Essence Clinic,
Right.
and a man named Julius Edgar Vok,
Julius Edgar Vok.
yeah, lying in a coma.
Wow.
And he's being treated with this experimental drug called
Vortical.
Vortical.
So it's like
yeah.
there's this whole other layer to this story.
Right, it makes you question everything you've seen up to that point.
Huge twist.
It's a big twist.
Right. Was
Yeah.
it all just a product of Vok's coma-induced state?
Yeah, a manifestation of his subconscious.
And there's this real sense of irony in the ending, too. Because Edgar, this brilliant mind who's obsessed with understanding the human psyche,
Right.
ends up becoming a patient himself.
It's like he got lost
Right.
in the very theories he was trying to unravel.
I mean, it's like that line we keep coming back to.
Yeah. Will you seek the certainties you used to have when step by step you lost them all?
Exactly. It's like a warning.
Yeah. And I think it also speaks to the power of belief.
Yeah.
It's like our beliefs can create our reality.
For better or worse.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really relevant message, especially today,
It is.
when we're bombarded with information from all sides.
Right. We have to decide what to believe, who to trust, what version of reality to accept.
A deep dive into Vortical, an Italian psychological thriller that's both beautiful and mind-bending. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep diving deep.